Hey guys, welcome back. I do think now that this video has become the longest span between videos in model car videos history. Um, not on purpose, I can promise you that. Um, holidays or Christmas and all that, and then just lose track of time and doing other things and working and stuff like that. But this is pathetic. Is what this is. I think last year, I know that last year, a year before, I did 19 builds. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 builds this year. Which honestly, I think is pretty good with the fact that I've been just going at it with 3D printing. It's robbed me of my time out on the bench. It's definitely robbed me of my time. And then when I built a 36 5-window Pro Street, it's that really, it's really robbing me of time right there, because I'll come in here and sit down and just think over and over, what the heck are you doing? What did you do this for? But I'm getting somewhere with it. I did get the rear tub attached. Now I got to find some way to get the sheet styrene in there to where it looks somewhat decent. But I'm getting there with that. But anyway, this is what this video is basically just a summarization of the year as far as model car videos. And like I say, it's pretty pathetic. But I did get these built, and 3 of them are 1/32 scale. They don't even have engines. But that doesn't mean that they don't take a lot of effort. And the little, I think a 37 Chevy, I think that's what that is, convertible. And I'll turn the camera around here in a minute. We'll just have an overview of them. But that one, because it was a little, it was lifelike, but it's a pyro kit. They take a lot of work to get them look right. And but yeah, I'm proud of all these that I did. And let's see. I've taken these to a show. I did get best paint with the 37 Chevrolet, which is pretty cool. And coming from Gary Seeds and Robert Coonrod to give me the best paint award at the Charleston show, I thought that was pretty cool. Being they're both professional painters. But anyway, yeah, this year has been a whirlwind. Not necessarily went by so fast. I guess each year you get older, the time seems like it speeds up. And I don't know if that's really true. Does the time actually speed up? I have seen like YouTube videos where it says the older you get, the faster time passes by. I don't know. I think it's still the same. It just seems like it blows by fast. And I'm sure you guys can attest it does. It blows by pretty fast, especially when you're wanting to get out here and do things like this and you just can't find the time, because outside of that door right there is 3D madness, and that takes up a lot of my time. I'm trying, maybe this year some time will free up and I'll be able to really focus on, have more time to devote to you guys, model car videos, audience, and model car videos in general. But it has been a real struggle. I keep having to clear my throat, I apologize. But it's been a real struggle this year to allow myself enough time. And I've said it over and over and over. It's like, so I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I have a full-time job, I have another full-time job right out there, and then this hobby has to take not a back seat. Well, yeah, back seat. At least the back seat's still in the car. Maybe a limousine and the back seat's like way the heck back there. But at least taking a back seat doesn't mean it's completely off the table, because it's not. And this is my passion. I mean, I love to do this. This is so much fun to me, and to go to shows and things like that. And was able to go to several shows this year. Let's see. Jack's Con. I know we went to the North South Carolina show. We went to the MDA show in Roanoke. We went to Acme. Gosh, was it only 4 shows? Is that all I went to? Because like the SCMA, the Summer Classic in Clemens, North Carolina, it was canceled this year, so we didn't get to go to that one. But I plan on going to more shows this coming year, and vending, and just participating in the shows. So that's going to be fun. Just a lot of stuff that you want to get done, and then you realize that, heck, I ain't got enough time for that. But I got to make time for it. Just got to do it. I've talked all year, probably 2 years now, about adding on to the model room, and that is very, very close. I know I've said very, very close a bunch of times. Very, very, very close. How about that? Really close. Super close. But until I get out there and start driving some nails and some wood, it's not going to happen. And what do you need for that? You need time. And I got to make time, because I've outgrown this. I've outgrown that out there. My plan is for the coming year, to when I get my my model room added on. My initial plan was to keep this, have a doorway right here that would go into it. But I think what I'm going to do is this will become the printing room, because I already have all these nice tables that line the entire thing. I can remove these shelves, and I can have printers just wall to wall here going. And that room that's going to be on the other side here will be devoted to the inventory that we keep and packing the orders and the model room. So I think it will be plenty big for that, and it will be a lot nicer, a nicer space. It'll be air conditioned and heated, and it will be a much needed upgrade. We're working now where the girls pack the orders. Well, not just the girls, I do too, and Heather. It's a 16 by 10 or something like that. 16 by 10 maybe. There's portable sheds. We have one behind our house. We have a washer and dryer and all that in it. And I converted one end of it into all the shipping stuff. So that's where all the shipping happens. It happens up at the house, but it will eventually come out here, and it'll all be done. It'll be centralized right here. So I bet I've walked 1,000 miles from the printers to because also my computer, where I do all the computer work for the printing, is in the shed. So, I mean, it's not that far. It's probably 25, 30 yards, but I mean, back and forth, because it's just what it is. You just have to go and go and go. But anyway, it'd be nice to have it all out here. I can just, the computers, the printers, the packing, and all that stuff. Anyway, this video is not about all that. It's just about the year itself, and the year coming to an end. What is the date? Today is, let's see, Christmas was on Wednesday. Today's Saturday, so 25, 26, 27. Today's the 28th, December the 28th. I don't think I'll get another video out before the end of the year. So this is my year-end summary. I built, I think, a 1965 or 66 Chevy Monza SS Aurora kit. I built the little Pyro or Lifelike Hobbies rebox of a Pyro 37 Chevy convertible, Lindbergh 125th scale T-Rod or something like that. I forget what it was called. I built this 64 Dodge Super Stocker Pro Streeter. It was a drag car kit, and then I made it into a street car. 37 Chevy. Oh, I forgot one. I sure did. I built 8. I finished 8 at least. 37 Chevy, 124 scale by Monogram, 132nd scale 65 Mustang by AMT, and the 1931 Ford Model A, my favorite build of the entire year. 124 scale by Monogram. But I forgot one that let me move some of this stuff. The one that I forgot, that I actually finished it this year. I didn't build it the entirety of the year, but I did finish it. I looked, it was January the 14th when I did my, it was the USAC build. I forgot all about her. But it was the Bootlegger. I was happy to see that made it into the Scale Auto. I don't know if it'll be in a magazine, but it's in the Scale Auto No, not Scale Auto. Fine Scale. Fine Scale Modeler. What is that magazine called? But anyway, it made onto the online. I don't, like I said, I don't know if it was pictured or taking pictures of it at Acme, and I don't know if it'll make it into a magazine. But anyway, it was cool that it was in the on the online. So what we'll do, I'll rearrange the camera here, and we'll talk about a few things about them. And yeah, it's been a good year though. It really has. It's not been a letdown. It's just been, I wish I had more time. What you gonna do about that? I don't know. All right, so which one did I do first? Okay, I guess I'll start with the Bootlegger. That was I finished it January literally, the deadline was like January 15th or something like that for the USAC, and I finished it like the day before, or the day at, yeah, the day before. That thing's dusty. But this was a very cool build. I really enjoyed it. I got to pick the kit that we built for the USAC, and to be able to build it into something that, you know, that I love. I love Fords, and I love monster trucks. And I was able to get the old Bootlegger build. It was a lot of work. Another one of those things like, man, why did you bite off so much? But I wanted to do something special for it. Move some of these out of the way so I can set it down. But yeah, I really love it. It's going to be something that I'll look at forever. Well, for my forever. It had the blown 460, the Hobby Works designed 460 that I sell. E5, if you're interested, and you go to the website and you just punch in E5 on the site, and you can get that. But it's the blue accents. I had to kind of scratch build some headers because my headers interfered with my 4-link bars terribly. So I had to make some headers, and I think they turned out pretty darn good. It does have the original part of the Ford headers up top, but then I had to cut them off and add a turn down. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's a neat engine and very cool. I love the way Miguel designed that breather for it. That breather is just everything, I think, when it comes to it. But I didn't do, and I told myself I was going to go back and do more. I didn't have time for much detail. I didn't have seat belts in it. But I did put the racing seat, like that's a racing seat that we carry. I think that's an S1, if you want to look that up. And like the tachometer is all the 3D printed stuff. You know, I tried to, this thing is all three. Oh gosh, I knew that was going to come off. This thing is all 3D printed. Well, there we go. Take that off for a second. It pins on there, so. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But I didn't get much detail. I did I did pipe the radiator hoses through the chassis, as you can see. Yeah, that's how it's working. And then they come up here and they go into the engine. But I thought it was pretty cool. Not much as far as true details go for it, because I was just strapped for time. The interior has a funky shifter. It's got a nice pedal that you would see like on a monster truck and stuff like that. Let me see if I can get this back on there now. Miguel at Hobbyworks designed the chassis for me, and then I had to do some minor adjustments because it did not fit the it didn't fit on the body right. It was too wide at the top. Nothing that he did wrong. He did exactly what I asked him to do, but I had to take in where it would have been more square out here. I had to take and move everything in so it would fit the body, and I also had to make this part in the rear, so a body support basically, so when the body sits down on it, it had something to sit on. So it turned out really cool. And oddly enough, one of the things that I'm most proud of is the windshield. And on the windshield in this thing, it fits from behind, right? So your windshield would have the quarter windows and all that stuff, and it would fit from behind. Well, I removed those so it doesn't have the quarter windows. I didn't like the way it looked, and it interfered with the roll cage. So when I would put it on, the windshield interfered with the roll cage and it pushed the body too far forward. So I decided I would try to fit the windshield into the frame more like a racing windshield. So as you can see, the windshield is flush with the body. I just traced along and cut it out and cut and sanded and got it to where it would fit in there perfectly, and then I glued it in place. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on about this, but I love this thing. The tires are, if you guys know anything about monster trucks, they would have been from the Miss Bigfoot or the Bigfoot Ranger kit, but these are a little bigger. I upscaled them some. I wanted to have a little bit bigger size. They didn't look quite right the size they were, so I upscaled them, and everything is 3D printed except the body, and I thought that was pretty cool. So got that one. Then the next one that I built this year, get this over here, I don't want to knock anything off, oh goodness, is the 37 Chevy. So that's the Monogram 37 Chevy kit. It turned out really nice. I was very proud of it. I put a supercharger on it. I printed the supercharger, and the blower hat is 3D printed on the kit engine. It did come with a supercharger, because I think that's the same belt and everything that I used. I think it's the kit belt, but I printed the supercharger and the blower hat for it, and got the braided hose and plug wires and all that stuff. I don't remember what the bottom looks like. Just clean. Yeah, this was really fun, really nice kit, and I love the paint. MCW. So far, my favorite color that MCW has. Dang, what's the color? I can't remember now. Velvet. How do you know? How do you like that? Just sitting right there. Velvet red. That's the color. It's MCW 201450E. Velvet red gloss enamel, and boy is it pretty. You can actually see what it looks like right there. But yeah, that one took best paint at the Charleston show, and I'll show you my award if you missed that, which is really cool because, let's get it right here. It's a paint can, right? Or it's probably a can of thinner or something like that, reducer. And it was painted by Gary Seeds and Robert Coonrod. Robert painted all the base colors, and then Gary came in and did all the striping, the hand, pinstripes and all that stuff. And what a cool award right there. I mean, it's a paint can, so you can't beat that. So that was neat to get that. I was shocked because Gary came up to me and told me that, hey Matthew, you got best paint. So that was neat. And then which one was next? Oh, I think it was the little Mustang. The little 65 Mustang turned out beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. AMT got it right on the body and everything. The Monogram 132nd kit, when you compare the two, there's no comparison. AMT got the body right. Monogram's is more boxy, and the proportions are wrong, in my opinion. And I think most people would agree with that. But this turned out really nice. This is a MCW enamel. I don't know. I don't remember which red it is, but I did 3D print the Kragers, scaled them down to 1/32 scale, so they're 15-inch Kragers, where this car would have had 14-inch wheels and tires, but I scaled the little BF Goodrich's down and the Kragers to fit this car, and I think it just looked cool as heck. So that was a nice little build there, 1/32 scale. And after that one, I believe it was this guy. So I think it's what they call I think they call it a 29 T-Rod, but I don't think a Model T was made in 29. It was a Lindbergh kit. I'd never seen one before. I don't have another one, but I built this one. And it turned out really cool. I used the kit engine. I did a Did some heat staining on the headers, and a little bit of where the headers come out, it's dirtied up right there. And they are the plastic kit tires, which they turned out really nice, and the wheels and all look great. But yeah, it's a very simplistic kit. Like under the bottom, there's nothing. That's it. I think this little kit may have been motorized at one time or something like that. I can't remember at this point, but it was really cool. But it turned out nice. For just what it was, super simple, super simplistic, I think it turned out nice. And yeah, that's that one. Then the next one I think would have been my most favorite build of the year. Except, I'm my bootlegger was built. The majority of it was built in 23, but I finished it in 24. But this one has a complete build in 24. This is my favorite build of the year. Number one, I just love the Model A, and I recreated a car that a YouTuber had. He does. Paul Shin is his name. Shinn. If you want to look his channel up, he does one-to-one Model A stuff, and he had a car that he called Gandalf the Green, which is a pretty cool name. My kids love the Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, but I tried to get the color as close as possible to match Gandalf. Now his Gandalf had some wear and tear on it. This one it looks, really nice. I made, Miguel over at Hobbyworks made me a trunk to go on the back, and I made a little tote for the trunk. But that car Gandalf would have had the trunk, and it also had the little Ford emblem there. So I tried to recreate that as close as possible, and I just love this car. I think it is just absolutely beautiful. Not because I built it, it's just because it's a Model A. And if I can get the hood off without breaking the grill off, because these things are so darn difficult sometimes to get off. Wow. Yeah, come on. You can do it. Easy does it. Oh, man. On the engine, I did add little copper plug wires. I didn't do a lot to the engine at all. I did add a coil and a coil bracket. But yeah, just tried to make it look, authentic. But I love the Model A. It is so neat. And I've got several of these kits and plan to do more. They're just wonderful little model kits. Not the easiest to build because they are a multi-piece body. The roof has to be glued on. The roofs, and that can be a pain in the rear. And it's got a where can I find something to open this thing with? It's got a rumble seat. I don't have fingernails, so I can't open it. Let me grab a hobby knife and we'll pop it open. You can see the rumble seat. Here's a saw. Shouldn't be too bad. Just use a saw to open it up with. Get in there. There we go. So open the rumble seat there. Man, I'd love to ride in a rumble seat one time. I'm sure it's rough as heck. I mean, they didn't have shocks or anything like that on them, but that was a fun build. I love it. Gandalf the Green, and that's what this one's called too. So, yeah, very cool. Underside is just stock. All right, and then which one did I build next? I think it was the Dodge that the hood doesn't fit right because it hits the intake or something. What's it hit? Hits the air breather. So I'll just take the hood off because when you're at a show, you display it with the hood off anyway. Well, there it is. Oh man, I just realized I need to paint the underside of the hood. How do you like that? Wow. I never even realized that. So 64 Dodge, I think it's a Dodge Polara is what it is. It was the Color Me Gone model kit, and it was done in a MCW purple. I don't remember the color. Anyway, I printed the wheels and tires. Those are the Weld drag lights. I printed the engine. That's the 440 with the tunnel ram and the two Carter AFB or AFV or something like that. 4 barrels. and I printed the radiator for it and some other stuff. But anyway, it turned out really nice. I was very proud of it. Let's see what the bottom looks like here. Oh, and I was able to incorporate some of my smaller ladder bars. Got the longer ladder bars and got the smaller ones. I was able to use the smaller ladder bars there. Used the kit drive shaft, which worked absolutely perfect with the 727 transmission. It's got open headers, so I didn't even go there because my headers were going to go right into this support here. So I was like, nah, it's got open headers. It's my car. That's the way I like it. And it's my very first car that I put a belt on. So that worked out really neat, put the belt on it. But I like it. It was fun. It's got a roll cage. And got seat belts. Got seat belts right there. Very cool. Got that one. And then the last two are, did the little Monza. The Aurora kit was my very first Aurora kit. Still is my very first Aurora kit. Turned out great. This car doesn't have any clear coat on it. This paint job just turned out so slick. Man, it's got fingerprints all over it. But it was a fun little car. It was very simple. It was a concept car of some sort. It had like the Corvair rear engine. It has no detail on the bottom, or at least I didn't detail the engine. But I did re-chrome. Everything that you've seen chrome, for the most part, on all these builds, I re-chrome it. I don't know. The kit chrome just doesn't do it for me. So I re-chromed all this stuff, the wheels, and I did paint the white walls. Didn't I? Yeah. Painted the white walls, and it was just a neat little car. My friend Billy Bear gifted me that car. And then the last car that I have finished this year, and I won't be finishing another one this year, was the little Pyro, Lifelike Hobbies, Reboxed Pyro, 37 Chevy, I think is what it was. Yep, 37 Chevy convertible. No joke, Matthew, really, it's a convertible. And it was fun, but it had some work. Little car had some work because you had to blend all these body panels together because it was like a 3 or 4 piece body. So you had to blend it all, Bondo it, and sand it and all, but it turned out really pretty. Look how I fogged it up in my hand. My hands always have such hot hands. But yeah, it was fun. The roof or the bonnet looks awful. I hate that white, and I need to go back and do something. I tried to tone it down, doctor it up, and everything else, and it still just was just the white. I tried to emulate the box, and I shouldn't have done that. But I did get all the little bolts or the little things around the back of it, little chrome dots. It was fun. It's a fun little car. And very proud of that too. They take a lot less space too on the bench or in the display cases. So that's it right there. That's all for 1 year. Again, it's pathetic, but with everything else that's been going on, I feel like it was an achievement to get anything built, to be honest with you. That's 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 3 of them don't have engines, but hey, it's still a model kit. Still takes work. But anyway, hey guys, thanks so much for your support. January will be 5 years. Yeah, January will be 5 years I've been doing this now, and I've had a great time. Got to meet some great people, and I have received more than anybody ever should have. It's all because of you guys. So thank you so much for all you've done. I did get some late Christmas cards, and I don't have them with me. They're in the house, so I can't read them. But anyway, if you sent me a Christmas card and I didn't mention it, thank you so much. I just don't have them out here. I wasn't prepared for that. I forgot all about it. But you guys are great. Thanks for all you do. And as well as thanks for all you do, I want to say a big thank you to Hobby Nut Models. Mark's been with me like 4 years, maybe 4 years. And he's a great guy, good friend. Go check him out, hobbynutmodels.com. Go over there and check out and see what Mark's got to offer. Grab yourself a model kit and some paints and glues and everything, all kind of stuff. And it's a great place to support a small business. As well as a small business, you go check out mcvproducts.net and bring your model to life and get a free sticker when you order something. And if I pack it, 2 stickers. The girls were packing this morning, and I what was the deal? I had already pulled all the parts and had them all laid out. They just came behind me and were boxing them. And we've been writing names down on the invoice or on the your paper that goes in there with it. Because if something's not in there, I want to know who did it or didn't do it. Accidents do happen. And if something isn't, packed right, or something is missing or whatever, at least we know. I can ask whose name was on the paper, and hopefully it won't be mine, because Ellie was sure to put my name on all those papers this morning, but she packed the order, and I said, no, put 2 stickers. I said, that's my hallmark. I said, I put 2 stickers in there. If they get 2 stickers, they know that I got it, although she wrote my name on it too. But anyway, it's fun. It's a little family business, and it's giving my girls a job. It's giving me a second job. It's giving me a second job, and Heather helps, and I couldn't do it without them. There's no way. I could not do it without them. So without Ellie, Ruthie, and Heather, wouldn't be no mcvproducts.net. I can promise you that, because it wouldn't work. So thank you to my family for helping me, and thank you to you guys for going over and checking out what we got. And I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can't wait to see what 2025 has got in front of us or is before us, and we'll deal with it when it comes to us. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for all you guys who subscribed and just been there through it all, and the great comments, which I now have gotten to the point where I am so behind on comments. I've almost, it's ridiculous on my part, not you guys, but I just can't keep up anymore. But anyway, I'm trying. I really am. I'm trying. So you guys keep commenting, and I'll keep trying to read and respond, and I appreciate everything you do. So thank you so much for what you've done for me. All right, guys, take care. Hope you had a good Christmas, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2025. Hope it is good to you, and we'll see you in a few days. All right, guys, you take care, and we'll see you later. Happy New Year. Bye.